What's up, YouTube? AphroditesCrush back with you here once again. I'm on the treadmill, not with a hoodie on today. I decided to change it up a little bit. So, in my horrible gym lighting, which is what it is, I guess, it's cardio confessions time. It's going to be a little bit different type of cardio confessions. This is going to be somewhat of a message to someone that I follow on YouTube. Someone who is going through really different style of health than I am, or most anybody for that matter. And that's a Boogie2988. Kick it up a little bit. So here's the thing. I was watching one of his newer videos, and he was talking about, well, to get a little bit backstory first, I guess. Boogie just had, not sure what kind of weight loss surgery it was. It might have been like the kind of, not stomach stapling per se, but I think he got the, like the stomach shrinker surgery, whatever it is. Cannot remember for life me off the top of my head what it is, but he's been going through some rough stuff. I mean, anytime you go through this type of change, and you know he has other extenuating circumstances, but he goes through a lot of different things because of his sudden weight change. He has physical limitations. He's over 40. I think he was over 400 pounds at one point. Now he's under because he's losing weight due to surgery. But the one thing that I don't think him or very many other people are really seeing, and I know it's going to sound a little bit weird, and if he ever sees this, I hope he understands this comes from a place of love and from a place of respect. It's positivity. We do a lot of things, whether it's here on YouTube or everyday lives. Positivity is a trait that a lot of us can fake. Just finished up my workout, so I need to. But it's not something that is really fakeable, so to speak. And I learned this from a lady that, a little bit backstory on me, a couple years back. Now, it's going to be 8 years ago. 8 years ago this month, actually. I started a new job. I'm like, you know what? Fresh start. Get this new job. And you know what? I'm going to go back to school. Even if it's just for one semester, I'm going to prove that I can do it. Set out on that mission. And one thing that I was like, oh, this is really cool. They had a gym on site. Which really kind of kickstarted the journey that I'm on now, 8 years later. And as a requirement for going back to school, it sets you up with a standard counselor just to make sure that you're on the straight and narrow. And I was talking to her the first couple times, and I use a lot of self-deprecating humor. You don't see a lot of it here, but in my personal life, I use a lot of just self-deprecating terms like this fat guy here, and you know, this ugly dude, he does this, and speaking of myself. Now, the first time, I think she let it pass, let it slide. But then she heard it a couple more times, and she's like, stop. Think about this. You may have your heart and your head in the right place, going towards a goal, but you're not treating yourself with the positivity that you deserve. And what she meant by that was, every time you kind of make a self-deprecating comment or make self-deprecating jokes, you're cutting yourself off at the knees. You're not pushing that positivity forward in the way that you should be. Because every single time you make those comments, you keep making those comments eventually they become your reality and your truth. And that's something that, we see Boogie use a lot. And I think that, at least in my estimation, I started really kind of taking that to heart. And I was really like, you know what? No. Man with the mission, push forward and be truly positive, which is uplifting yourself, not just your actions. And those two things are different. Your mission and what you're doing could be wholeheartedly, straightforwardly positive, but you still feel a little down on yourself. And ultimately, that undercuts your attitude, your want and your drive, and ultimately your success. Henceforth, I don't try to use that type of humor, and I don't try to refer to myself as, oh man, this fat guy right here. No. I'm a man on a mission. Was I fat at one time? Yeah. Could I technically be construed as a big guy now? Yes. But you know what? I got a little bit of muscle, got a little bit of veins, and the type of person I am today, not just from a mental, heart, and now physical standpoint, so much different than what it was when I went back to school. Fast forward 9 weeks, did really well at my job, did really well at school, didn't end up staying because I wanted to focus more on my job, but in that 9 weeks, I went from 320 pounds to 270. And I've been trying to capture that kind of progress ever since. We all do, let's face it. Normally, that 9 weeks which is basically like, the first big barrier where you see the most progress. You try to recapture that. So I try to keep that mentality as much as humanly possible. As much as possible. Because having a true positive mentality is your only key to open that door to unlocking more mental and spiritual possibilities that you could ever imagine. In this life, the only one that can hold you back in all truth is a person who is staring at you in the mirror. Period. Nobody makes you do anything that you don't want to do. Nobody makes you be anything that you don't want to be. And if you really want to change, you really want to push forward, you align mind, body, and spirit. And you create that truly positive vibe that so many of us always search for. I don't know if you'll ever see this, Boogie, but I'm one of the people out there who truly believe in you, and I truly hope that you will reach every single goal and succeed far beyond your own expectations, my friend. To everybody else, I hope this is a little bit of a lesson in motivation, slightly, and in positivity, true positivity in your life. That said, I'm going to finish out this cardio session and then roll out, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, deuces, checkbox.